everybody. Welcome to Trivia Ronin. I'm your host, Matt McNally, and whether you're joining us live on Zoom or Twitch or after the fact on YouTube, welcome, and we're happy to have you. Quick breakdown of the rules. 1, we are honor code here. You keep your own score. Feel free to cheat, because you get nothing. That's cute, baby. Question 2, after each question, you'll get 45 seconds to answer. Absolutely do not show your answer until the timer is up. Don't be that guy. And number 3, if you are watching on Twitch, hey, Seth, Ron, and Mom, due to the delay, drop your answer in the chat when you see about 10 seconds left, just so we can see it. That lines up with us live. Plus, you're smarter than everyone else because you're on Twitch. Tonight, there are 30 questions, 1 point each, and a story question at the end worth 10 points for a total of 40. And there are some bonus points sprinkled in there. I already remember a couple of them that I've done. Without any further ado, let us play Trivia Ronin. Question number 1. What scholastic children's book series centered around a group of 5 children who could transform into any creature they touched? 45 seconds on the clock, starting now. This one is the one that is specifically for Marissa, because she has... What? Don't show it. Oh, yeah, don't show it. Marissa has every one of these books. I will out her. So yeah, John, hold it up when the timer's up. Thank you for showing us your child. 17 seconds left on the clock. Question 1 is this one. You know, I didn't realize until I was looking at it, but scholastic would be pronounced scholastic, right? Like if we were actually doing this. 3, 2, 1, show them. Who do we got? Yeah. Many people got it. Doug, that fake green screen's gonna be tough. Thank you for the author, Marissa, for an extra half point. Sure. The answer, Animorphs. The book, Animorphs, by K.A. Applegate. Applewhite, not Applewhite. That was the thing. Anyway, it's a husband and wife team, but they both wrote under the same name. Anyway, enough of that. Question 2. In the year 1986, about 1/5 of all bed sales in were mattresses filled with what? 45 seconds on the clock starting now. Do your grammar work at home. Or if you're me, I could have proofread it. In the year 1986, year of my birth, about 1/5 of all mattress sales in America were mattresses filled with what? What did they have in them? 27 seconds. Darcy is talking about it. If my microphone's good, you can probably hear it because she knows the answer. 86, big year for mattresses filled with something. It was 20% in 86 and 87. It was 22%. This year, it is 1%. That's your hint. Looked it up because that's what we do. 3, 2, 1, show them. What are we talking about here? Goose feathers is a great guess, but yes, many other feathers is also a good guess, but it is water. Waterbeds, remember? Nah, nobody remembers. I remember. Waterbeds. Question number 3. Charm City. Lancaster will get this. Was a nickname dreamed up by advertisers in the 1970s to increase tourism to what mid-Atlantic metropolis? I like the alliteration there. Good writing, Matt. 45 seconds, everybody. Charm City is the nickname of a mid-Atlantic city. What does mid-Atlantic mean? Water. Debbie got water. Jimmy Polecat put pork, which is Doug, right? No, somebody's that. I can't remember. Anyway, we've got plenty of people trolling us on Twitch. Oh, thank you. 22 seconds left. Charm City. Residents of this city still call themselves residents of Charm City. With pride, even though it was just made up by an ad firm. What is the mid-Atlantic metropolis? 7 seconds left. Charm City. Queen City, Cincinnati. So it's not that. Show them. Charlotte's a good guess. Atlantic City's a good guess, but Balmer, Maryland. Balmer, Maryland, as the residents say. Baltimore is Charm City. They were trying to get people to go there because everyone was getting shot. And people did for a while, and then more people got shot. Question 4. This director-actor spent a season on SNL, played Nigel Tufnell in Spinal Tap, married Jamie Lee Curtis, and is also a baron. 45 seconds starting now. He's a British baron. Who am I talking about? Notice the slash and the two things on the slash. James going to get this one. Dean definitely knows this one, right, Dean? Yeah. This director-actor spent a season on SNL, played Nigel Tufnell in Spinal Tap, married Jamie Lee Curtis, and is a baron. He was a member of the House of Lords, fun fact. It's also a guy. Give that to you. Director/actor. Oh, I never switched to me. Did you guys miss me? 3, 2, 1, show him. I'm still here, I promise. Yep. Many people got it. Rick Astley is my favorite guest so far. Christopher Guest. Old Chrissy Guest. Thank you for rickrolling me this early, John. Appreciate it. Christopher Guest. Question 5 is wordy, so it is question 5. Trust me, but it wouldn't be my trivia if it wasn't wordy. Even though the current wars were 10 years earlier and he wasn't present at the event, Thomas Edison is apocryphally believed to have electrocuted what type of animal to death? You've heard this story. 45 seconds. Julia's not here, so I won't define apocryphal. She's my definition queen. I'll do it for her, for no one else. Seth Ron, Michael Caine, good guess. It wasn't Michael Caine. Because if I was doing a Michael Caine question, I would probably do something like this. Even though the current wars were 10 years earlier, and he wasn't present at the event, Thomas Edison is apocryphally believed to have electrocuted what type of animal to death? I'm not going to bury another Batman. And I'm done with my Steve Coogan portion of the evening. 3, 2, 1. What's the animal? To death. Yes. He probably did that, Chris, honestly, because he was a monster. But it was an elephant. Yeah. It was a big old elephant. Apparently the elephant killed a few people beforehand. It was literally an execution. But also he wasn't there. It was a circus that did it, and they sold tickets, and people bought them. And then it was filmed. Topsy the elephant, R.I.P. Question 6. Before the world ended, i.e. coronavirus, Jagged Little Pill was among the top grossing new musicals of 2020, based on the music of what singer? 45 seconds starting now. This musical sold $10 million. And Broadway shut down mid-March. I know, I was there. John was there. John saw a show just like 2 weeks before this. Full disclosure, Marissa and I went to the show. So if that half point determines this, I'll take it away. Before the world ended, 20 seconds left, Jagged Little Pill was among the top grossing new musicals of 2020 based on the music of what singer? This is wordier than it needs to be. It's a jukebox musical of a recording artist from a certain time. 7 seconds left. Yep. Marissa's singing it right now if you could hear it. 3, 2, 1, go! Who's got it? Yes. I'm bored, but I'm pretty. Baby, it is indeed Alanis Morissette. Suck it, Coulier. You're getting none of that money. Question 7. That one's for my Dave Coulier fans. On December 24th, 1814, Christmas Eve, the Treaty of Ghent brought what 2-year conflict to a close? 45 seconds starting now. Where we at? December 24th, 1814, the Treaty of Ghent brought what 2-year conflict to a close? 30 seconds left. Where are my history bunts? Who knows? Bunts? Where are my history buffs? Either one. I'll keep drinking. Got a nice Viognier tonight, guys. Not a sponsor. The varietal Viognier. 13 seconds left. Where are my history buffs at? Or your 3-second hint is coming now. Where are my math buffs at? 3, 2, 1, show it. Yep. 1814, 2 years after 1812. Nailed it. The War of 1812. Didn't have to know anything about the Treaty of Ghent. You just had to know a war from 2 years earlier. Beauty. Now we do this thing where I switch to this one. Boom, bam. Question 8. What is the restaurant industry term for the hourglass-shaped bar tool that typically measures 1 and 1.5 ounces of liquid? 45 seconds starting now. Darcy's got it. This is the one so Darcy can smoke some weed and not have to think. That's what we do for neighbors. What is this thing called? 33 seconds left. Thank you so much, Doug, for making that joke so I didn't have to. Question 8. What is the restaurant industry term for the hourglass-shaped bar tool that typically measures 1 and 1.5 ounces of liquid, or a shot and a pony shot, if you're so inclined? If you bartended in the 1950s, that's what you would say. The French weren't involved in the War of 1812. No, because 1812 was the Brits and the Americans, right? 3, 2, 1, show them. Boom, 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 boom. Many people got it. Many people got it. It is a jigger or thingamajigger, which is the etymology of that term. Doug, we'll talk at the break. That might be right. Question. Okay, but it was worth a try. Question 9. This is maybe my favorite question of the night. All 4 top 3 Billboard hits for the band Air Supply share what word in their titles? 45 seconds starting now. This band has had 4 top 3 hits, and they all have one word shared amongst the 4 titles. The titles are all longer than one word. There is a word in them. The answer's not the. Or I'm not that guy. 22 seconds left. It's a much more Air Supply related term. By the way, I knew like one of these songs. 3, 2, 1, show them. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. That's an Air Supply song. As are 3 others that you haven't heard of, like Can't Find the Way to Love You and like Love. Thank you. Yes, that is Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Thank you, Doug. Half point for knowing that. Anyone else can sing any of the other Air Supply songs? I'll give you half point right now. No, already did that one. Different one. Worth a try. Question 10. I was like hoping someone was a random Air Supply fan, but question 10. Arms, legs, ears, and eventually teeth are all features remarked upon on what story first recorded by Charles Perrault in 1697. 45 seconds starting now. 1697. Arms, legs, ears, and eventually teeth are all features remarked upon in what story first recorded by Charles Perrault in 1697. Darcy's talking about it. Hope you can't hear her. I hope this mic isn't that good. I don't think it is. I'm just plugged into it so I can hear better. I feel like I'm a bat. 18 seconds left. Arms, legs, ears. Eventually, teeth. Doug, your mom answered Mick Jagger, which might be my favorite answer so far tonight. 3, 2, 1, go. Good guess, Hill. It is not that one. That's the one with brick, straw, and other things. The answer was Little Red Riding Hood. Boom. That is question 10. That is where we're at. So that's round 1, guys. Let's see where we're at right now. Tally up your scores, John and Hillary. Tally up your score. By the way, Charles Perrault, also Sleeping Beauty. I'll do that at some point. 5.5 for the Doug Man. 9 for Pud. Swinging big. 9.5 with the 0.5. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Because if that 0.5 is a determiner, we're gonna have to talk. Because this will be full collusion this week. Emily, where are you at? Oh, 6. All right. Nice. John, how'd you guys do? 5. Love it. Guys, anybody's game. The last question is 10 points, so don't worry about it. Here's what we do right now. Just warm up that tea, John, or put more whiskey in it. Don't know what you're up to nowadays. I like either way. But we will be back in 3 minutes. Go do something fun. See you shortly. Bye. So we're just going to go into the second round. John and Hillary, just so you know, second round, same as the first. You're going to see the questions. You're going to write the answers. The third round, there's a twist, but I'll tell you about it. No big deal. Question 11, we're going to go with a 2-pointer to start. Boom, here we are. 2-pointer. Name both pharmaceutical companies with coronavirus vaccines currently testing at over 90% success rates. 45 seconds starting now. This is ripped from the headlines. Lines. Right, that's pretty good. I'll give myself credit on that. 2-pointer. Name both pharmaceutical companies with coronavirus vaccines currently testing at over 90% success rates, or at an over 90% success rate. There we go. One's 94, one's 95. And you know they're both trying to get that cushy contract out of the guy in there right now. They're all wearing red hats. Hey man, ours is a little better. Maybe? Until January, in which they'll put on blue hats. Should we start wearing blue hats, guys? It'd be fun. 3, 2, 1, show them. There were 2 answers. You get 1 for either one, guys. So yes. Excellent. And some good spellings here. I saw you sneaking that F in real quick. Moderna and Pfizer. Nice job. We read the papers, guys. Look at this. Look at this smart trivia squad. Seth Ron said Trump Pills Incorporated, which I'll give a half point to. That was great. Question 12. Used for both piano and guitar, what's the term for the foot-operated pedal that lets a note resonate until the pedal is released? 45 seconds starting now. There's one. You have to buy the one in guitar, but it comes with it in a piano. Did you guys know this? If you buy piano, they give you these free foot pedals. 3 of them. We have a piano in our house, Marissa, if you want to check it out. You want me to at 5 seconds left, I'll say which pedal I'm talking about. Okay, good. I know the pedal. Used for both piano and guitar, what's the term for the foot-operated pedal? Like many pedals, it is foot-operated. 3, 2, 1. That's a really good point. But first, show them, guys. One of them has an Italian name. Yep. Many people got it. It is called a sustain pedal. The sustain pedal. Not the disdain pedal. That's the one I have for that buffoon in the White House. Nailed it. Diminuendo's one of them. I think, well, you can call one of them the mute pedal. Oh, sorry, you're right. It's a dampener. Never mind. So you can't even call it that. I just looked up one. Question 13. Historically, Caledonia was an area just beyond what the Romans called Hadrian's Wall. What's that territory known as today? 45 seconds starting now. Ooh. Hadrian's Wall. I've heard that before. And it got quiet as the processing power had to go up. Caledonia. New Caledonia is in French Polynesia. That, I will tell you, that does not help you at all. That is the most red herring thing I've ever said. But historically, Caledonia was an area just beyond what the Romans called Hadrian's Wall, and many people call it that today. What is that territory known as? 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good guess, Switzerland, but other people got it. Not Greece, not Turkey, not Sicily. It is indeed Scotland. It's Scotland. Hadrian's Walls, right? They built the wall so the Scottish could nae get down there and take care of the Romans, could they? Oh, it's pretty good, Michael Caine, isn't it? Oh, I can bury another Batman, can I? Oi, I'm glad my friend Martin's not on this. Question 14. Called a monoceros in Greek. We're staying in Scotland. This mythical creature is the Scottish national animal. 45 seconds starting now. Called a monoceros in Greek. This mythical creature is the Scottish national animal. What is happening here? There it is. Cool. Called a monoceros. Monoceros in Greek. This mythical creature is the Scottish national animal. The thistle is the Scottish national flower. That's not even a good flower, is it? You step on it, it hurts. Guys, this is my audition reel tonight. 5, 4, 3. Got a pretty spot-on British accent. Show 'em. What is it? Griffin's a good guess. Chimera's a good guess. Loch Ness or Nessie's a good guess. But the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, it is a unicorn. A rhinoceros is called that because it has a nose horn, rhinoplasty and cerus. There you go. There's your fun fact of the day. Unicorn has one horn. Blah, blah, blah. Question 15. You don't have to be that smart. You just have to be born in the 80s. Question 15. That Nickelodeon sketch show, All That, ran for 10 seasons, but only ended up spinning off one film, starring Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell in 1997. I want to give his full name. Say his name. In 1997, what was it? 45 seconds, go. What movie we talking about? The Amanda Bynes vehicle, All That, ran for 10 seasons, which surprised me when I looked it up today, but only ended up spinning off one movie, starring Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell in 1997. What was it? What's that movie called? What's that movie called? Kel, by the way, I'm just really happy to have found out Kel's last name. Feel good about that. Kenan Thompson already been in more movies thanks to being on Saturday Night Live. What's the movie I'm talking about, though? And welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? You are correct. It was Good Burger. Also spun off a restaurant that wasn't very good. But they also did a Saved by the Max, same space. They're just trying to grab money. It's fine. That's what restaurants do. Question 16. Another one of my favorites of tonight. The artwork for Prince's 2013 single Breakfast Can Wait features what comedian dressed as the musician in a blouse and holding a plate of pancakes? 45 seconds starting now. And that's a Jewel. Not a sponsor. I did not know this until I looked it up, but I very much enjoy it. 35 seconds. The artwork for Prince's 2013 single Breakfast Can Wait features what comedian dressed as the musician in a blouse and holding a plate of pancakes? And if that's confusing, I mean what comedian is dressed as Prince in a blouse? Thank you. With banana pancakes. Mm-hmm. I think that's the banana pancake song. 3, 2, 1. Who's to say? Put your raspberry berets on. It was indeed. Oh, man, Emily, so sorry. Dave Chappelle is what we were looking for. Of the famous Chappelle's Show sketch involving game blouses. Question 17. What is the term used in competitive swimming, either individual or relay, for an event where all 4 strokes are required? 45 seconds starting now. Sorry, I think I put that interjection in wrong. Let me break down the grammar while we think about this question. What is the term for the event in competitive swimming, either individual or relay, where all 4 strokes are required? That's fixed it. Fixed it, guys. What event are we talking about? And you know what's funny? Legit, if this was a normal 2020, right now we would all absolutely remember the answer to this question. Because we'd have watched a bunch of people swim all summer. But the world is terrible, and now here we are. And now you have to go like, oh, I haven't watched this since 2016. When the Olympics were in Rio? I don't remember. 3, 2, 1. Show them who's got it. Yes. At Trivia Ronin is a great point. But also, the answer is... Oh, everybody got it. Good. Okay, we still got it, guys. Medley. Medley. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie had to leave. Medley was the answer. Question number 18. Semi-sneaky, but I like it. A type of sandwich roll invented in Vienna in the 19th century was given its regal name in honor of Emperor Franz Joseph I. What's the name of that? 45 seconds. What's the name of this bread? A type of sandwich roll invented in Vienna, Austria, in the 19th century was given its regal name in honor of Emperor Franz Joseph I. What is it? You've probably eaten it. It's not some weird bread. It's like a normal human bread. You don't have to watch Great British Bake Off to know the answer to this question. But also watch Great British Bake Off. It's a great time. 5 seconds left. Boom, show him. What do we got? Franz Joseph I, a.k.a., yes, indeed, the Kaiser of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That's the answer. Kaiser roll. Kaiser roll. Kaiser roll is the answer. Don't worry, everyone who got that wrong will get this one, I promise. Question 19. This long-running talk show, hosted by an often argumentative Zach Galifianakis, takes place between what kind of potted plant? 45 seconds starting now. It's a talk show. If you know the name of the talk show, it will give you the answer. I do not mind. Numbers aren't important. You can go singular or plural for this. Thank you, Doug. I actually don't remember what I wrote down for the answer. 30 seconds. Extra point if you can guess if I wrote singular or plural. Not true. 20 seconds left. This long-running talk show, and I say long-running because technically it's still a thing. I was like, when was it canceled? And the answer is never. Probably because I don't imagine it costs much money to make this show. 3, 2, 1, show 'em. It is between two, yes, indeed, ferns. Ferns. I was almost going to be like, what type of ferns? But I realized, like, nobody's going to know. And was there more there, Marissa? What was that? Sorry. Ferns 2, new show between a fire hydrant and a yellow hat? And a yellow post. Okay, is that the new one? I'll watch it. Sure. I'll watch that show. That feels like where everybody lives in Hollywood right now. Question 20. It's fine. We'll get it. Question 20. Ultraviolet light is at one extreme of the visible light spectrum. What's the name for the radiation at the opposite end? 45 seconds starting now. Just to clarify so this doesn't confuse anybody, light is radiation. Did you know? It's just not like Hulk radiation. That's gamma rays, in case anyone's wondering. 29 seconds. Ultraviolet light is at one extreme of the visible light spectrum. What's the name for the radiation at the opposite end? Oh, Doug said bye to his mom. Just checking on the Twitch. Guys, Twitch is killing it tonight. 6 people. What's up, Twitch? Love having you. One of them's Doug, but 5 other people aren't Doug. 3, 2, 1. Show them what's the name for the radiation at the other end. Chris, extra point for disinfectant because I love it. But yes, the actual answer was infrared. Ultraviolet infrared. I'm not mad if you wrote infrared because that's what I thought it was until I double-checked the spelling. Great. So we are 20 questions in. Tally up your scores. That's 2 rounds down. How we doing? Doug's got a 12.5. Emily's got a 13. Pud's got a 19, man. Just the assault of the Pud. 17.5 for the home team. Where are we at, Lank? 5, 17? Let's say 17, sure. I can't see the rest of your hand. Oh, 12. That's great. I just couldn't. Oh, I get it. Yeah. 5, 2, 12. Killing it. All right, guys. This is another 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3. I'll be more on time this time, I promise. Go get yourself a cocktail or check on your children. This round, mainly for John and Hillary, but this round is all visual. I'm going to show you pictures, and then you're just going to tell me what the pictures are. And I will sometimes have very specific questions. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just be like, what are you looking at? Which is the name of the round. What are you looking at? Makes sense. You'll get it. It's fine. So we're just going to go into this. 10 questions, all visual. Away we go. Question numero uno. This logo is associated with what band? 45 seconds starting now. There it is. What band is this logo associated with? Famously, as we like to say here at Trivia Ronin, famously. I'm going to Google what the name of this is. Because I forgot. 14 seconds left. Now I remember. Cool. See, I can Google because, it's my question. 14 seconds left, 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. What is this band? What is this icon associated? Yes, thank you for drawing it. Nailed it. Great guess. It is the Steal Your Face skull from the band Grateful Dead. But I do like it being the bipartisan skulls. That's a real 2020 name for this. So, well done, Chris. Except nothing's bipartisan, which is probably why it's a skull. Question 2. What does this thing do? 45 seconds starting now. And before you sass me and say like, it's like a piggy bank. Or like, it's just a toy. In the place where this would be used, what does this thing do? What does it do? Yeah, I mean, you can give me the name of it, but if you know the name of it, you know what it does. So tell me what it does. Doug, excellent. Twitter trolling. You don't look like that guy, though, Doug. Don't beat yourself up. 3, 2, 1. What does this thing do? Yep. Thank you for the accent. Secures money. Thank you, Emily. Half point just because that's funny. It is a Pokeball. It catches and or releases Pokemon. Yes, that is fine. Imprisons Pokemon against their will is also true. I mean, now it's like a whole for-profit system where we catch these Pokemon and leave them to make money. It's messed up. Anyway, next. In the same realm. Ooh, I got green. I'm going to hang out over here. In the same realm, what video game console was this control most associated with? I need the full name, please. 45 seconds starting now. Ooh, my green screen's really mad about this one. So this was a controller for a console. To be fair, I'm going to put this out there. It's still used to this day. But I want the console it was released with. If we want to get real nerdy. I don't think anyone's as nerdy as me about gaming. This is a Vigigame controller for a console. I'm gonna hang out over here because I don't like my beard going invisible. See through. I'm a floating head now. This is great. What console is this? 3, 2, 1. Show 'em. Who's got it? Yes. Doug, don't take those question marks away because you were right. This is a Nintendo GameCube controller. Still used by real Smash Brothers nerds because they still have one that works with the Switch. But it's the Nintendo GameCube. That's 3. Question 4. What are these? What are those? Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you things also. These are fully ripe. What you're looking at is a fully ripe thing that this thing is. But there's some green in there, Matt. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. It's 2 answers. Roll the dice. That's what I love about Wayla. Ask a question that's not helpful when it's a visual question. They're also big. Because the scale doesn't help. 3, 2, 1, show them. It was one of the two. Yeah. It was one of the two. It was plantains. It was plantains, guys. It was one of the. Sorry, Chris. It was one of the two. Next. Okay. This is Hubert Jackman playing the comic book character Wolverine in what film? 45 seconds starting now. So screen capped from a movie. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in. I'm trying to make myself less invisible for you guys. Hang on. Let's contrast me more. No, still semi-invisible. That's fine. Story of my life. 18 seconds left. Ooh, that's a little better. Here we go. I just have more of a shadow. 5, 4, 3, 2. What's the movie called? Yes, many people got it. Yes, everybody almost got it except for Marissa. It's called Logan. The movie's called Logan. Logan is the name of the movie because that's his name. What kind of structure is this? 45 seconds starting now. It's pretty clear. This is why you put a light on the back of your green screen, guys. Thank you. To train them is your cause. Stephen Merchant. No, that's not Stephen Merchant. He's just in the movie. 35 seconds. What structure is this? Let me go back to being invisible. It looks better. What kind of... I like that better. Oh, it got worse. Got worse, guys. What kind of structure is this? Yep, you're on the right track. People in my living room. Show them. Yep. I wish it was, Chris. It is a log cabin, indeed. Log cabin. Next question. Who's this YouTube ding dong? 45 seconds starting now. What if I do this? Beautiful. Yep. I need a light behind me, guys. This is a little lesson in green screening. Watch this. All better. Who's this YouTube ding dong? If you know YouTube ding dongs, you probably know this person's name. What is it? Sometimes I say ding dong with endearment, but not in this case. This one's quite the ding dong. I almost didn't say YouTube ding dong just because it says YouTube Red behind him, and YouTube Red doesn't exist anymore and was only for YouTube ding dongs. 2, 1, show them. Yes. Well, yes. The other one, good work, Chris. The other one, Logan Paul. Logan Paul, that ding dong. This is a sea turtle, but what type is it? 45 seconds starting now. And if you've played Doug's trivia, I'm doing what Doug does during Wayla right now. What type of sea turtle is this? John, you haven't played Doug's trivia before, but perhaps you might be picking up on a pattern. And if you know sea turtle varietals, there's one in that pattern of things that have been happening for the last 3 questions. That's your hint. 20 seconds left. Honestly, I know one type of sea turtle, and it's this one. Oh, no, I know 2. I'm sorry. I'm going to say the other one. And in fact, I'll give a bonus point if you can say the other type of sea turtle when we have the answer for this. You have to say it real quick. 3, 2, 1, show them. Yep, nope, yep. Many people got it. Yes. It is. Yeah, that's the other one, Doug. So you can have a point for the other one. It's a loggerhead turtle. Loggerhead turtle. Next. This graph represents y equals log x. What does log stand for? Oh, man, you were like, I just picked up on the pattern. Could just write that thing. But what does log stand for? The mathematical term log. Who does number 2 work for? It's not that. See, I'll just get more invisible. How about that? Ooh, that's fun. You guys having fun with that? Terrifying. Slightly terrifying. And there we go. 13 seconds left. What does log stand for? Spelling doesn't have to count on this one if you're giving it a chance. Poop is a great guess. John, half is a good guess, but yes, Steven got it. And, oh wow, spelling correct. It's okay, Emily. Your dad doesn't have to know about this. It's logarithm. It's a logarithm. It's a logarithm or or if you take the e value to the power of x, this is the inverse graph of that, but we all knew that. Last question of that run. What Celtic punk band is this? 45 seconds starting now. That gave it away. If you know your Irish American punk bands, this is the one. I mean, they got like Tam O'Shanters on and shit. It's still in there. It's my only hint. The thing is still in there. $16 seconds. Jimmy Polecat killing it out there. Augie's got jokes for days. He thought plantains were pencils. That was good. 3, 2, 1. Show him. Yep. Oh, sorry. There are 3 of them. I lied. If you know one of them, you know 3 of them. It's Flogging Molly, though, because that has log in it. This is Flogging Molly. Dropkick. Can go fuck themselves. I'm not from Boston. And then last but not least, because we just did 10. Whoa, what's that, Matt? It's me pitching next Friday night at Trivia Ronin with me and Doug. Doug made this beautiful poster. It's very small on your screen. But just a heads up, before we go to break, next week, I'm not doing Wednesday trivia. Doug and I are going to do a super trivia on Black Friday. Pam Grier might be there. We don't know. But it's going to be next Friday at 7 p.m. PST, so way late for you, John, but I get it. Yeah, we're gonna do Doug and I hosting together. We're gonna try and do some crazy technology. Anyway, I know, let your heads explode. But that's all. So I'm gonna send that to I sent that to people on my email list today, if you saw it, but it's gonna be cool. Doug and I are doing a special tacular, which is our favorite thing to do now that we've started to do it. Right, Doug? We're gonna have a good time. I'll talk to you more about it afterwards, but that's it. Anyway, now let's tally up our scores through 3 rounds. Where are we at, guys? 29.5. Dude, the Pud man. Slaughtering. 24.5. 21. 21.5. It's a bummer that my trivia question's about Matt Ryan this week, so he's gonna... My final story. Just kidding. It's never gonna be that. But Pud's killing it as usual. Don't worry about it, guys. This one's worth 10 points. So we're going into story round pretty soon. 10 points for now. We take another 3-minute break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I mean it this time. So now that we're back, John and Hillary are the main ones to tell this to, but we'll just say this to everyone, is this round is this is a story question worth 10 points. I tell a story about something completely random. You've heard me ramble many times in our lives, so this is just me rambling again. But at the end of it, I'm going to ask you a question. It's worth 10 points. It's great. It's very, very fun. This is one of those ones where, like, some people I feel like will know it instantly, which I'm curious to see if that's anybody here. Because if you do, then you don't have to listen to me for like 3 minutes while I talk, so that's great. Is everybody back from break? We're all feeling good? Let's pound this thing out, guys. Away we go. Tonight's story. It's a love story. You know, we all need a little love right now. It's an unlikely love story, which is what I like even more. Because I'm going to focus on the woman in this story because, let's be honest, better than men. This particular woman was born in Somalia in East Africa in 1955. Her mother was a gynecologist, which is probably helpful, although I don't think you can do anything during your own childbirth, but, you know, at least you know the good ones. And her father was a diplomat. when she grew up in Somalia. Her father was a diplomat in southern Africa. Her parents put her in a Catholic school, which at that time was the best place for a young woman to be educated because most of the countries were Muslim, and most of those countries at the time did not believe in female education. So if you could find a good Catholic school, that's where you want to put your kids. She goes to Catholic school. She becomes a self-described nerd. She ends up at the University of Nairobi, and she studies political science, works as a translator while she's there to pay her tuition. So one day she's walking through the streets of Nairobi while she's in school. She walks past a fashion photographer, this guy named Peter Beard. He notices her and asks her that standard question, have you ever been photographed, right? Now she's super wary of this. She's a smart kid. She goes, look, what is this, a porno? You know, it's what we all do right away. Everybody's asking me to be photographed. I get it. So she goes, this seems weird. He goes, no, seriously, I just think you're absolutely gorgeous. I want to take photos of you. So she goes, sure, you got $8,000? You got $8,000, I'll do it, which was exactly the price of her tuition for that year. And he goes, sure. She goes, all right. Takes these photos with Peter Beard. Peter Beard flies back to New York because he's a famous fashion photographer. He starts talking to everybody in New York, and he says, I've discovered this beautiful woman in Africa. She's actually descended from African royalty. Not true. He says he found her in the deep jungles of the Congo. Also not true. Just white people being white people talking about, surprise, white people talking about Africa and being ridiculous. So he's telling all these lies, but everyone that he's showing these negatives in these photos, and she really is quite striking and beautiful. And so the whole time he's saying, you got to get to New York, you got to get to New York, we got to do this thing. She's very not willing to do this, but after a year of him corresponding with her, she says, fine, I'll move to the States. She gets to New York. She's greeted by dozens of cameras. Everybody's taking photos of her. She goes straight to a press conference. So literally from college to a press conference. She goes like, okay, here we are. At the press conference, this guy Beard is there. This photographer is there sitting next to her. And everybody is asking questions, but they're all only asking this guy Peter Beard. And so she thinks it's absurd because everybody thinks she can't speak English, but she's sitting there. Remember, she worked as a translator. At this point, she's 19 years old, and she can speak 5 languages. So she's sitting there fluent in English being like, you want me to take that one, Pete? Oh, no? Okay, fine. So it's all pretty ridiculous. She speaks American, but nobody wants to, nobody gives a shit. Anyway, all that to say, she's an instant success. That day, she signs with Wilhelmina, which is a big New York-based modeling agency. She gets a spread in Vogue. She gets a spread in Bazaar that year. Yves Saint Laurent meets her and then devotes an entire collection to her called, problematically, The African Queen. She dates Warren Beatty for a while. She then marries a guy named Spencer Haywood, if you are a football fan of that era of the 80s. He was a Hall of Fame basketball star. She has a baby with him in 87, but she gets in a taxi accident. So she gets in a car wreck in a taxi and also divorces this guy. By 89, she decides, you know what, I'm just retiring from modeling. I'm all done. Again, this is a love story, though, so hang on. Next year, 1990, she goes to a dinner party and she meets this rock star. She thinks he's fine. He's completely smitten by her. He's like, but he doesn't know what to say when he's around her. He asks her out on their first date at the party by only saying tea. He just goes, tea. Also, he doesn't drink tea, but he was so nervous that that's the first thing he could figure out. So they go to tea. He's a total bumbling mess. She's like, he's fine, but he's so nervous and this is weird. So there's a bit of a courtship there for a couple of months. Finally, he wins her over on a story that she tells where she's flying back from Paris to LAX. She gets off the plane at LAX, and by the way, pre-9/11, she gets off the plane, and there are all these paparazzi there taking photos, and she's expecting them all to be taking photos of her, but they're actually taking photos of some guy standing at the door. Turns out to be the guy she's dating. He's standing there with no security and a bouquet of flowers, just in the middle of a sea of paparazzi, not answering questions, just waiting for her. And so in that moment, she says that's when she knew this guy was a keeper. So they get married 2 years later in a ceremony in Europe. Tabloids all were writing about how it was a publicity stunt because they were both so famous. She's a very famous model. He's a famous rock star. They all think it's bullshit. After they get married, in 1994, she launches a line of cosmetics that rolls out at JCPenney stores all over America that are specifically for women of color. Because in 1994, there was no cosmetics for women of color. She launches her own line. She's still doing it to this date, let me just say. But she was the first to kind of roll this out. She takes a BBC crew back to Somalia, where she's from, to cover the famine going on there, and she talks to just people on the street and goes like, let these people be on camera and let them be heard. She's like host, but she's barely on it, right? She knows she can use her star power to get people aware of what's going on in Somalia. This couple has a child together in the year 2000. She's 45 years old when that happens. So like, nice work. They have a baby. And then at the end of the day, they end up, these two humans who nobody thought would make it, who the tabloids all said, this is all for show, this is all a publicity stunt to keep her maybe in the public eye or to keep him or whatever. In their entire marriage, they do 2 interviews, and that was it. And they were married for 24 years until her husband died in 2016. So when people ask this woman, by the way, her name is Iman Abdul Majid, so that's not the question, about her relationship and the secret to its longevity, what she said, to paraphrase a bit, she said, I never fell in love with the rock star. I fell in love with Mr. Jones. The question is, what is the first and last stage name of Iman's husband? 45 seconds starting now. If you know who this is, you got it. If you know the woman I'm talking about, because in trivia, as we say, famously married to someone, last name Jones on that person. Never fell in love with the rock star, just fell in love with Mr. Jones. She didn't say Mr. Jones, she said his first name. I paraphrased. But what's the first and last name of the rock star to which she was married for the remainder of his days? And I hope I pronounced her name right. Abdul Majid. This is going to live on the internet forever. Twitch is lighting me up right now. They're saying if I want to become famous, there's a bunch of ways I can get followers. 3, 2, 1. Show them. Who is it? Yep. Yes, thank you. Oh, good. So many people. David Jones is a good guess. That is his birth name. But it is David Bowie. David Bowie's wife, Iman. And she's a real babe. So that was it. So most people got it right. That means Steven definitely got it right. Time to do the Fallon and throw away the script. So Steven, what's our final score? How'd you do? 39.5. Brutal. When did I give you a half point? I never give you half points. God damn it. Should have known. I need to start giving you half points for full points. That's what I need to do. Anyway, Steven with the big win, dude. Well done as usual. Team Pud, killing it. New friends, John and Hillary. Thank you for coming, dudes. We need to have a real catch-up. Let's have a real catch-up like this week, because I miss you guys. Of course, man. No, please. It's not about winning here, because guess what Steven gets for winning? Nothing. So no worries. So I'm going to do my little spiel and talk us out of this. That's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for your support as we try to grow this experience. It's totally in the script I'm reading to say that, but it doesn't make it any less true. For all of us at Trivia Ronin, my name is Matt McNally saying, don't be shitty, and we hope you learned something.